Hi there, I'm Zing. I'm a casual Path of Exile 2 player. Used to play Path of Exile 1, but also a casual player. I never did a lot of leagues. Um, didn't really do a lot of the end game content. But Path of Exile 2 came out. I was really excited. I was really into playing minions and specters. And recently I found this really cool tech that I was able to use in Path of Exile 2 to play a different minion build. I know a lot of people have been playing very much like Skeleton Reavers or Skeleton Archers after the Arsonists got nerfed. So I'm playing an Infernalist, and as you can see, I don't even have the second part of the Ascendancy points yet. I haven't done those trials. And my build evolves around setting up a bunch of zombies. And let me show you a little bit about my gameplay. So right now the strongest map that I have is actually just a tier 6 map. I know it's kind of sad that it's only tier 6, but it is what it is. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here. Let's go. So the concept is building a lot of skeletal clerics. As you can see, I have 7 of them here, and just 1 archer and 1 hellhound. I can use profane ritual to kill a large number of them, and they'll just res back. And I have my profane ritual linked to Unleash, so I can get a whole bunch of them all at once. So basically I have an infinite amount of corpses and use to generate Grim Feast. And the way I deal with enemies is, well, I summon the empowered zombies. Let's see, let's find some enemies here.
Rise! Too soon!
So as you can see, the zombies, they're not very fast. And they're pretty slow. But they can get a little bit faster and use the offering. Powers them up.
I need more time.
And the basic idea is it's a lot of guys. Power the zombies up as much as you possibly can, and let them do all the work. And you don't have to worry about minion resistances in this build, or life, because they're being backed up by 7 clerics. As you can see, let me show you my current skill panel. So I got lucky and dropped a Greater Jeweler's Orb, which upgraded my zombies. So my zombies have Heft, Brutality, Feeding Frenzy, and Heavy Swing. So it's going for maximum physical damage here. My skeleton mages, I mean not mages, the clerics, right? They have Ingenuity to decrease the rate of their cooldown on their revive, and they have Arcane Tempo that makes them heal faster. I have Pain Offering linked to Dance Macabre, Font of Rage, and Expanse, which for this map, because the cooldown is reduced, I think it's probably better if I switch it to because Expanse gives 6-second cooldown, and gives exactly the perfect amount of time you can then recast it. But the problem is that since I have less cooldown, I should probably be switching.
Profane rune!
So, let's see here. We'll continue to play, find some enemies to go after, and then at the end we'll fight a boss. What I have noticed is that given how quickly the zombies move, they're very slow, but once they get to them, they kill them in like 1 or 2 hits. So that's really great. And repeatedly killing your own clerics just generates more Grim Feast remnants that lets you eat them. You get energy shields so you don't get one shot. Now, unfortunately, I am not a top tier player. Just to have a job and have to only play a few hours a day. I mean, actually, less than a few hours on that. As you can see, my resistances are just capped elementally, and I have a lot of room to improve. And I have a lot of chaos resistance I can pick up at some point. And if you look at my defenses, my shield without Grim Feast is only less than 1,000. I think that's suboptimal. I saw a guy online that has like something close to 5,000 or 10,000 shield. I don't have the kind of budget to get that. And I'm using Mine over Manner, and part of the reason why I'm using Mine over Manner is because Necromancer means like minion skills are ridiculously mana hungry. A single zombie is 275 damage. Pain Offering and Bone Offering are also 200 mana. If you want to put on Vulnerability, it's well, I mean that one's got the cost reduction on it, so it's a little bit less, but it's still a lot of mana. So you're gonna have to build mana anyways. So if you're gonna build mana, you might as well build mana. Use that as an HP pool. I think that's reasonable. But I need more mana regeneration, and even with Flask is just not enough. And I don't have right now a good solution for it. I looked for Flasks that gives you more mana, but I think there's a unique Flask that does that, except it's about 50 divination orbs. I don't have the money for that kind of gear. So yeah, I'm going to be here for a long time playing suboptimal build. But what's interesting is about the concept. And I think that that's really cool that in Path of Exile, I feel like maybe you have a little bit less customizability compared to Path of Exile 1, because it's still a very fresh game. But like, you can find cool stuff that you can do by just, you know, trying out different things. And I think the cheapest minion right now is a Skeleton Cleric. They don't attack. They have no attack whatsoever.
Rise!
But, I mean, it's just really cool that you can use them with Sacrifice as an infinite amount of corpse supply, because they just regenerate themselves. And so, a lot of people talk about how Remnants doesn't get dropped during boss fights. Well, that's not true. Sacrifice, you don't have to worry about that. They'll die, you just eat them, and then they'll give you Grim Remnants. Now, another thing that is quite interesting is, I think probably the weakness of this kind of setup. And I think the big weakness is that doing Deliriums and Breach is very difficult. Because those maps require you to kind of move pretty quickly, and because how slow zombies move, you kind of have to stay with the pack. So you're not going to be able to advance very quickly, and so your timer usually will run out before you get to anything meaningful. And that's, I would say, probably a big weakness in the build. But if you're doing exploration, like those bomb game versions, those you can do fine in those because enemies stay usually in one place and they don't move around too much, and so you can easily kind of, if you were to fight a very like a defensive battle where your enemies are coming to you slowly, this build works quite well. You don't have a problem generating. There's plenty of corpses on the ground from that. So, as you can see, this boss is going to last a very short amount of time. And one cool thing about it is that, like I said, talked about before, in this kind of a playstyle, I know a lot of people talk about, oh, like when minions die, you're at risk. Well, what if your minions don't die and they constantly get healed? Let's see right now. Let's just take a look at the skills. Look at Skeleton's Curse. Right now it's level 24. It has a heal of 1,200 every time it casts that. And the cast time is only 2/3 of a second. That means it runs these off pretty quick. And since there's 7 of them, they just keep using them. And cooldown the revive is only 3.33 seconds. And once one skeleton cleric gets revived, the new one I think is considered a fresh skeleton cleric. So it's like it has that revive on cooldown. So right now, for example, I can just keep casting. And you see my number here stays pretty much. Let me move away from the corpse. It goes down, right? But it comes right back up to 7. It doesn't take very long. And that's great. And that means that you can keep all of your charges as well as all of your you can keep your charges going, and you can keep your Grim Remnants going, which is very nice. And if you ever needed to, like, say, do a sacrifice, and sometimes you're worried that these things are going to get killed, right? After all their minions. So they could easily die to enemy hits, but they don't die. Because your minions are constantly healing you. So you use, let's say, like 2 or 3 corpses for offering. But because there's still 3 left that's continuously healing your guy, where any kind of damage that they take, they don't die. The offerings don't go away, and that's really great. You need that offering to stay there. Sometimes when you are firing off offerings, you want to be careful not to immediately cast Profane Ritual on top of it, because you'll sacrifice the offering to get power charges, and that does not work for you. One of the major things that in this setup is that I have Lust for Sacrifice, which gives you 40% increased minion damage when you have 2 different active offerings. Well, that sounds great in, my initial thought, but Pain Offering and Bone Offering, one lasts 6 seconds, one lasts 5 seconds. So you get like a brief moment where both of them is active. And so, like, really, I feel like a lot of times I'm playing without that, but the nodes that are next to Lust for Sacrifice is very good. It increases the area offering effects. Together with something like Magnified Effect or Expanse, you can make your offerings go pretty far. Like it'll hit pretty much the whole screen. All your zombies will be empowered and they'll gain rage, which makes them hit even harder. And you don't care if your zombies get hit by the enemies. I've never seen a zombie die. Skeletons, mages have gotten killed, but not zombies. And the reason is just because there's multiple clerics backing them up, healing them every, like, 3 times every 2 seconds, and they just don't die. And I have not invested at all into any kind of minion survivability, as you can see from my passive tree. I didn't take any of these nodes here for minion life. I only took this one because it's kind of close. And over here I took this one because it kind of is, you're already right there, so I might as well took it. And then the minion damage nodes, I took all of it, as many minion damage nodes as the crit nodes here also, and then the crit nodes here also, and then my jewels are also minion deals extra damage and a little bit of mana regen. I have 3 of those. And then also here, I didn't take the resistance stuff here at all. And that's okay, because you have so much healing, you don't really need it.
Mark of heresy!
Looks like Profane Ritual, when you use it, will prioritize corpses on the ground rather than any kind of actual clerics. But it will use them if they're available. Alright, let's fight a boss. Who's this boss we're fighting? Oh no,
Well,
this lady.
if it isn't
She's
the
a pain.
traitor herself. Let's get this over with.
Oh, that was quick. Yeah. Looks like zombies hit pretty hard. Shoot, you know what? I didn't use my Lust for Sacrifice. I could have boosted that a lot. I could have made that more powerful. I just forgot to use it. Yeah, I'm not a very good player, as you can see. I'm trying to show you a build and I'm not even doing the optimal thing. I mean, I have this gas arrow. I'm supposed to drop it on the boss to weaken their armor. Or from some guy playing video. But I didn't even do that. He just died. Yeah, so I guess this is kind of fun. I mean, I have no idea if this kind of build is viable. Coming to like tier 10, tier 15 maps. But who cares, right? I mean, I'm just a casual player. And,
Rise!
I just want to have fun. And I'm tired of playing minion builds as everyone else, just playing nothing but a bunch of what you call it? Skeleton arsonists, skeleton reavers, skeleton archers that just spam gas arrow on people. Yeah, I mean, at least this is something new. I would love to see when GGG releases the Spectre gen. That would be so much fun. What kind of cool new ideas you can get playing Spectres. I was a big fan of Spectres in Path of Exile. It's just like playing Pokemon. And, a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, this build's just not very good at closing with people. Not very good at getting, like, you gotta resummon the zombies all the time. So these guys are all the way back here. And then as they're walking over, they die. make more. Alright, I guess this is the end of the video. I just want to kind of show something cool that I haven't seen anybody do before. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't think I'll be making a lot of videos. Not really content. Just doing this for fun. Alright, thanks.